Okay, so this is the first lecture starting on some biological concepts, and we're going to start that with a little bit more chemistry called functional groups. So what functional groups are is these are additions, chemical additions that do some function. Additions for a function. And so we're going to talk about a couple of these. Number one, the acidic group, the acid. This can be written as COOH or as COO minus. So it's an acid because this proton can leave, and when the proton goes into solution, the solution becomes acidic. So you can draw it out like this or like this. And these are all the exact same idea. Every single one of these four means that it's an acid group, so it's a COOH. And we're going to see this in the macromolecules. The next one I want to talk about is called the hydroxyl group. And what the hydroxyl group is an O and an H. And what this line means is it's attached to something else. So that's what R means, it's attached to something. Because if you count the number of bonds, like here for instance, 1, 2, 3, this has to be attached to something else. And it doesn't matter what it's attached to, as long as this is here. For example, this is an acid, this is a hydroxyl group. And we're going to see these a lot on sugars. We're going to see acids in amino acids and fatty acids. We're going to see hydroxyl groups in sugars. We're also going to see these amino groups in amino acids. And what amino groups are is R, and it can be NH2 or RNH3 with a plus above the N. And so if you were to draw out the amino groups, that would look like this. So R, N, and this has two H's attached to it. Or if you were to draw out NH3, it's got a little plus, it would have three H's attached to it. So all four of these mean amino, and we're going to see these in amino acids. And then the last one that we're going to talk about, and this is where we're going to see phosphorus, is the phosphate group. And so this looks like this. P double bond O, OH, OH. This can also be drawn with those H's off, and it's still a phosphate group. And we're going to see this in the DNA backbone. So we're going to see this in nucleic acids, so in DNA and in RNA. Nucleic acids and nucleotides. So these functional groups are going to help you identify the different macromolecules as long as you know the structures.